Hey guys! Today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that's very important to me. So important that I might not have been able to make this video without it. I'm talking, of course, about net neutrality. And since I'm talking about the internet, I figured I'd put a video of me drawing something randomized by, you guessed it, online generators. So here goes. Net neutrality is the principle that all data on the internet is prioritized the same way, no matter how old it is, where it comes from, or who puts it out. Back in the day, this is just how the internet was. There was no need for laws like Title II, which forbids internet providers from slowing down any data for any reason, to protect it. But times have changed. Technology has advanced, and laws like Title II are now necessary to keep the internet free and open for business as usual. So how have I benefited from net neutrality? When I was 6 years old, my class had a little bit of busy work, as classes of 6-year-olds often do. This particular busy work was a coloring page with a dinosaur on it, and a couple of my table mates called our teacher, who I'll call Mrs. B for the purposes of this video, over to get her to tell me I'd colored my page wrong. Dinosaurs are clearly supposed to be brown or green, not rainbow. Well, Mrs. B kept my page at the end of the day and called my parents in for a meeting. She took out my coloring page and said, "Ash's parents, I've never seen a kid her age do this before. You should get her some art lessons. She could go places with the right training." And then she gave them the page with further recommendations for potential art tutors. I like to imagine that for most viewers, the story would continue with my parents put me in art lessons, and I worked hard at them and got where I am. But that's not how my story goes. You see, at the time my parents worked at a large chain grocery store and could barely afford to keep the roof over our heads and gas in the old Buick. We often had dinner with our grandparents, and our toys and clothing were either gifts or hand-me-downs. Art lessons just weren't gonna happen. Not for me. Fast forward another 6 years and 3 moves later, and we were living in a half-rotten trailer on the outskirts of what barely counts as a city. But Dad had a laptop, and the Dunkin' Donuts in town had Wi-Fi. And that's how I found art tutorials online. Over the next 2 to 4 years, I went from frustrated with not being able to improve no matter how much I practiced, to knowing how to practice and making some real strides in my art. And then it didn't stop with art. I soon tried out animation and storyboarding. It was enough to get me into the State Governor's School of Film, without even having an actual film in my portfolio. How crazy is that? Because even though I had moved 11 times in 10 years, even though the place we ended up staying had 0 opportunities for someone looking to experiment with film, the library and the laundromat had internet where my financial situation didn't matter that much, and my location was completely irrelevant. That's the internet I want to keep intact for that little girl sitting in a Dunkin' Donuts on her dad's laptop trying to figure out how to make her dreams come true. Because yeah, it's ridiculous to expect your dreams to just be handed to you, but it's equally ridiculous for someone to take away the tools you need to build your dreams for yourself, especially when you're already paying for them in the first place. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.